Think dolphins are nature's smiling, friendly companions? Think again. What if I told you that behind those playful jumps and permanent grins lies a darker, much more dangerous truth? What if dolphins aren't as innocent as we've been led to believe? Stick around because what you're about to discover will completely change how you see these so-called gentle creatures forever. Most of us grew up believing that dolphins are some of the friendliest, smartest animals on the planet. From documentaries to theme parks, we're constantly told how loving and playful they are. Their playful antics at aquariums, rescuing humans at sea, and their apparent intelligence make them seem almost like aquatic angels. But what if I told you that much of this narrative is a facade? Dolphins are not the benign sea creatures we think they are. In fact, there are disturbing accounts of their behavior in the wild that paint a very different picture. Let's dive into the first disturbing truth. Dolphins can be violent, extremely violent. You've probably seen dolphins frolicking in the waves, maybe swimming alongside boats or even interacting with people. But dolphins have a much darker side, one that few know about. In the wild, dolphins have been documented attacking their own kind in vicious displays of dominance. In particular, male dolphins often form alliances or gangs to aggressively chase and harass females. This behavior can go on for days, with the males isolating a female from the group and forcing her to mate with them. Researchers have recorded cases of severe aggression, leaving females battered and scarred. And it doesn't end there. Dolphins are known to commit infanticide. That's right, they kill their own young. This brutal act is thought to be a way for males to bring the females back into heat, ensuring their chance to mate. Suddenly, those playful leaps don't seem so innocent, do they? But it's not just their treatment of each other that raises eyebrows. Dolphins are apex predators, and while we love to romanticize their intelligence, they are also cold, calculated hunters. Did you know dolphins have been observed torturing their prey before eating it? They'll toss fish high into the air repeatedly, not for any practical reason but seemingly just for fun. This cruel behavior raises questions about their moral compass, if they even have one. And it doesn't stop with fish. Dolphins have been known to kill porpoises, often not for food, but for reasons that scientists are still struggling to fully understand. Some researchers believe it's a form of practice or simply a way to exert dominance over other sea creatures. This dark behavior has been largely ignored or glossed over by mainstream media, but it's a reality that researchers are increasingly documenting. Now you might be thinking, okay, dolphins are rough with each other, but they're still friendly to humans, right? Well, not quite. There have been numerous reports of dolphins behaving aggressively toward humans in the wild. In fact, some swimmers and divers have been injured by what initially seemed like playful interactions. Dolphins have been known to drag swimmers underwater, ram into them, and even bite. In one shocking case, a dolphin named Dusty, who had been popular with tourists in Ireland, suddenly turned aggressive, severely injuring a swimmer. Another infamous example is Tiao, a bottlenose dolphin in Brazil, who was responsible for injuring over 20 people, including one fatality. Despite these incidents, the idea that dolphins are inherently friendly continues to dominate the public perception. We've been sold a fairy tale, one that ignores the real, unpredictable nature of these animals. But if you really want to see the dark side of our relationship with dolphins, look no further than the captive dolphin industry. Each year, thousands of dolphins are captured and placed in aquariums or dolphinariums, forced to perform tricks and interact with humans. But what you don't see behind the curtain is the immense stress and psychological trauma these animals endure. Many dolphins in captivity exhibit signs of severe depression and anxiety, often refusing to eat or swimming in repetitive, endless circles. One of the most infamous examples of this cruelty is the annual dolphin hunts in Taiji, Japan. Fishermen herd dolphins into a narrow cove where some are captured for marine parks, while others are slaughtered for meat. The dolphins chosen for captivity are shipped off to facilities around the world, where they'll spend the rest of their lives in concrete tanks, far from the wild ocean. Can you imagine being confined to a space that, for you, would be the size of a bathtub for the rest of your life? That's what these intelligent social creatures face. We often celebrate dolphins for their intelligence, but this intelligence comes at a cost. In the wild, dolphins live in complex social structures, using sophisticated communication, problem-solving, and even what some researchers believe is a form of culture. But in captivity, their intelligence becomes a curse. These animals, who are used to hunting, exploring, and interacting with their pod, are reduced to performing tricks for entertainment. The boredom and frustration this creates are unimaginable for a creature with such high cognitive abilities. Many dolphins resort to self-harm, bashing themselves against the walls of their tanks, or simply giving up and dying from stress-related illnesses. This is the dark truth that dolphin shows and swim with dolphin programs don't want you to know. Dolphins may look like they're smiling, but that permanent grin hides a complex, often troubling reality. From their violent behavior in the wild to the horrific conditions of captivity, dolphins are far from the benign creatures we've been led to believe. If you found this information shocking, you're not alone. It's time to rethink how we view and treat these animals, both in the wild and in captivity. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about the darker side of dolphins? Leave a comment below with your thoughts, and if you found this video eye-opening, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Together, we can spread awareness about the hidden truths that deserve to be told. Thanks for watching, and remember, things are not always what they seem, even when it comes to the friendliest animals in the sea.